so fucking rich and hot. I'm so fucking rich and really hot. I'm so fucking rich and hot. I'm so fucking rich and really hot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hot and Rich, a show about celebrities. I'm your host, Cait Raft. It is November 17th. It's a Tuesday, and it's in the hell year of 2020. Surely 2021 will also be a hell year, but, you know, this is the one we're in right now.
What about 2022?
2022, jury's out. Could be fine. Hard to say.
But is the jury the Supreme Court?
Better not be. Better not be, because then it might be a hell year again. Oh boy, oh boy. Listen, everybody, I'm a little stressed. I'm on edge. I'm not thriving. I'm not thriving because I got my identity stolen. It's a whole fucking thing. We don't have to get like so into it, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. And I'm a little frazzled. And, you know, I'm going to stay with my mom for like 5 days just to keep her company. You know, some mother-daughter bonding time. And it's just a lot to do. I have a lot to do. My house is a mess. Still haven't really cleaned it since I painted it. Now I've got to like have my identity stolen. And there's just so much going on. And on top of that,
the house is not that bad, in my opinion.
Scott Disick's dating Lisa Rinna's daughter. It's just a lot is on my plate. A lot is on my plate. And I'm stressed. I'm stressed, everybody. I need to really just dive face first into like a cozy hot tub full of joy. But the hot tub in my mom's gated community is closed. So even though I'm going to stay with her, I won't even be able to use the hot tub. That's another thing that weighs on me. I know that's kind of a champagne problem, but I mean, that's a big reason why I like to go to my mom's house is because she lives in like a townhouse community where they all share a hot tub. And it's a great hot tub.
I got a champagne problem.
What?
I got all these sham friends. So I give them real pain. And I get champagne for my real friends.
That's Jack, everybody. Jack is here.
What's happening?
I'm like really like I could crack at any moment. You know, I'm like teetering on the edge of insanity. Because also just COVID is so bad. Like it's really getting fucking bad.
You know, this fucker is not going anywhere.
This motherfucker.
This fucker is not going anywhere.
She had one job. She was supposed to kill. You know who?
You're not allowed to say it.
There was one person
Those
that I
are the
wanted.
3 words you're not allowed to say.
There's one person that I really wanted to bleep of COVID.
Of bleep vid.
And that person ended up not dying. At least they didn't get reelected, but still. I mean, I can't go into specifics about who I'm talking about. This is kind of a blind item. A certain celebrity gossip podcast host wanted a certain elected official to do something after catching some sort of infectious disease. That's the blind item.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping bleep would bleep.
Bleep. Bleep. Anyway, COVID is just, it's so bad. It's like, and it's starting to creep back into my soul.
I say hell no vid.
Hell no vid. I don't want that. COVID, hell no vid.
I say hell no vid.
Hell no vid. Hell to the no vid. I don't want that.
That crap? No, thank you.
Oh my God. How are you, Jack? I feel like I haven't even asked you how you are because I've been so stressed.
I don't know. I guess everything with me is a certain topping you might find at Thanksgiving.
Gravy.
That's the one.
You're like so happy these days because you got.
I have a brand new computer rig, and I'm in a whole brand new world now.
See, like I wish there was something I could buy that would make me as happy as that made you.
What
am I gonna even buy? What capitalistic void can I fill in order to be as happy as Jack is with his rig?
You could maybe buy.
There's nothing. You're in love.
You could buy the Grinch makeup from Kylie Jenner.
No. I don't want her to have my money. I can't have her. I can't give her
Is there any way we could find
my money.
someone who has stolen it from her? Is there any way
Did
we
it
can
fall
find
off a
somebody?
truck?
We are specifically seeking stolen Kylie Jenner ex Grinch merchandise.
I don't know. I kind of do want the Kylie Jenner Grinch makeup. Like, I do kind of want it, but it is like so obscenely expensive, right?
What if you
Isn't
got
it like
it? What if you got
$300?
it? What if you got it and I was like too attracted to you?
You would be
If you
too
suddenly
attracted
started
to
using
me.
the colors of the Grinch and I was like, I can't resist. What is it?
You'd be like, "Oh my god, my
What
wife
is
has,
it?
my wife has become Grinchified." That's your fetish, by the way. You're like into what is that? Grinch play.
Grinchkin?
Grinch
I'm
play.
a Grinchkind. Grinch kind.
What is that?
That's my Grinch sona.
That's what you guys call yourselves?
That's my Grinch sona. I'm a Grinch kind.
I don't know what that means. What is that?
It's my Grinch sona.
I mean, Kylie really needs our money right now. She is broke. So maybe I should like do some charity this holiday season and give Kylie my money. That is charity, by the way, when you buy something from Kylie, because she is broke.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
it's a write-off. It's literally a write-off at this point.
Allegedly.
It's literally a write-off at this
It's charity to buy her makeup. You're like, oh, poor thing. She can barely afford her $35 million compound in Home Hills.
No wonder she's turned into a being somewhat like the Grinch, all twisted and sad, looking
Do you think
down,
she's twisted and sad?
just like the Grinch.
No, there's only one Kardashian right now who's fully like twisted in the face, and that's Khloe, and we'll get to that later. And I don't mean to be rude.
Juan Mocknovist has a good scenario, a gift of the Magi. Jack sells a piece of his rig for Grinch makeup, and Cait sells her skincare stuff for a Zen 3. What the? We actually already know what I'm getting for Christmas, and we bought it already.
I already bought Jack his Christmas present.
Actually, I'm the one who bought it, but I'm supposed to forget.
Whatever, we share all of our money, so it's like I told you to buy it because I was gonna get it for your Christmas present. It's a book about Star Wars, a picture book.
It's the new Tashan, art book about the prequels. It's the Star Wars archives about 1995 to 2005. Look up the Tashan Star Wars archives if you really want to have your mind absolutely blown.
And what if I don't want to have my mind absolutely blown?
Then fuck off.
You're so nerdy. You like Star Wars coffee table books? Nerd.
I will read the entire Tashan book. It just came out.
Nerd. Nerd.
This is the way it should be. I want things to go back to this way where I actually do feel ashamed for liking this stupid
You
shit.
should a little bit.
There was a little while where everyone was like, it's cool, nerd power. I'm like, let's go back to thinking it's actually really whack to buy a new
I'm
Star
ready to
Wars
go back to
picture book.
I'm ready to go back to popular girl like rules all. Like popular girl mean to nerd dynamic. I'm ready to I'm born for that. I could do that. I could popular girl bully you about your nerdy interests like all day.
The Star Wars archives from Tashan Books, the Italian art book creation place, the criterion of books for the intelligent mind to look at and take in and observe, is creating a quite upscale new book of pictures from, the film Star Wars, which I enjoy quite a bit.
Isn't it German? Says Nate in the chat.
Okay, Tashan is German, so it's German actually.
Wow. I think I saw my mom in the chat. My mom's
I did,
watching.
yeah, your mom was there briefly.
My mom is watching. My mom always watches my streams like right before she's about to see me. So I am going over to her house tomorrow. So she's watching this.
There she is.
I guess in preparation because maybe she wants to know what to talk to me about. Maybe tomorrow I'll be talking to my mom and she'll be like, Khloe's chin. And I'll be like, Khloe's chin.
Yeah, it's like the Grinch.
You know, my mom is on Twitter too. And she tweets very like sweet things. Today, she tweeted at me like, "Best daughter in the world." It was really sweet.
Wow.
Like, Mom, like, wow, I should get that tweet like embroidered on a pillow, just to remind me of my own mother's validation of myself.
Maybe I'll start to be a collector of these Tashan books because they're really quite artistic to look at.
Yeah. Sure, Jack. Why not? Those books are expensive. Those books are too expensive for you to like be into collecting them.
All right.
I don't
fine.
approve. What else is going on? Nothing, right? Just hell. Just hell on hell. Right?
You know,
Why
who
do
the
they
hell
call
knows?
Why do they call Rocky Road ice cream Rocky Road? Is it because Rocky Road is like a bad thing, right? Oh,
Yeah, but
that's
Cait,
gonna be a rocky.
It looks
road.
like there's rocks all over it.
That's gonna be
because of the chunks of of cookie and stuff, and nougat. It makes it look like there's a bunch of rocks in a road.
Okay. I don't like that shit.
Hey, you mentioning Rocky Road. You know what makes me want to have
What?
some freaking Rocky Road ice cream.
Well, maybe
Kind
we'll
of
get
8A.
ice cream tonight.
Kind of A, I know, but that's
Maybe
fine.
maybe if that's not 8. I guess that's 8A. If
You know what all this Rocky
know,
Road
if you're-
talk's got
Jack-
me wanting?
if
Rocky
you're
Road.
if you're a good podcast co-host, maybe I'll take you out for ice cream after this.
Well, we're doing more streaming after this.
Oh yeah, everybody stay tuned. Podcast listeners disregard. Jack's gonna be doing some gaming after this.
Maybe some ice
so-
cream eating.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, I have a little bit of
Podcast listeners disregard that last part,
A little-
please.
a little bit of housekeeping. Friday's show is still happening, even though I'll be at my mom's, which I'm gonna Skype in, and Jack's gonna run the show.
It's a living.
But the podcast episode for Friday's show is gonna be out probably a day or two late, so it's still coming out, but I won't have time to edit or put it together until Saturday or Sunday. So the podcast won't be coming out until the weekend. Just that one time, just a one-time oopsie. You know how it goes. So if you're listening to this as a podcast or on YouTube, try to tune in for the live show on Friday, or else your news might be a little outdated. That's going to be 4 p.m. on twitch.tv/hotandrich this Friday. My mom is not going to be on the show. She has said many times she doesn't want to be on my streams, okay? Trust me, I've tried. She's very entertaining. My mom the camera loves her. She used to be a theater kid. My mom is a star, but she refuses to accept the fact that she could be a Twitch star. She's really holding herself back, and it's actually quite sad. And I pity her. But maybe if the people demand it, she'll come on one day. But she probably won't.
Maybe if the people demand it.
No, she never will. She never will.
Maybe if the people demand it.
No, she's not going to come on
If
the
the
stream.
people really, really demanded it, maybe. Maybe if they really.
Should we do
really
hot
demanded it.
seconds?
Sure, fine.
Should we
can
do hot
it.
seconds?
Okay.
Should we do it? Okay, this is Hot Seconds. This is the part of the show where we do a topic and we just touch on it for a hot second. Okay. This first hot second is so fucking funny to me. This is hilarious, Jack. Do you see this? Massimo Giannulli is about to go to prison literally in 2 days.
Wait, this is before prison?
This is a paparazzi shot of him like now before prison. He got himself a prison makeover.
He looks like a GTA character.
He literally like looks like a bad guy, like a tough bad guy. He's shaved his entire head. Can we just describe this look?
He's also going to go to like rich guy prison, and they're going to be like, Massimo, like what are you doing? Why are you dressed like this?
First of all,
do you want to come to the lounge and watch TV with the rest of us, sir?
Yeah, he's definitely going to have a lounge and a TV. I mean, he has a full gray beard and a completely like shaved bald head.
Punished Massimo.
And he's kind of like jacked, like he's kind of like buff looking. And he just looks like a villain in a movie or something.
Punished Massimo Giannulli. Wow.
So funny. It's such a look. This is such a look. In fact, if you're listening to the podcast version of the show, go to the YouTube link and find this exact same timestamp just because you need to see what this looks like. Okay? The audio is synced up with the YouTube. It'll be exactly the same. Okay? You need this visual aid right now because words can't describe it. He looks like a bad boy.
He's the bad boy of rich guy prison.
Right? Isn't he? He's the baddest boy in rich boy prison. I think it works for him. He should keep the look post incarceration. Okay, next hot second. Here's a picture of Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde. You know, they're not together anymore. They've broken up. Apparently they broke up a while ago. But it became public this week or a couple days ago.
Ah, shit.
Weekend?
I was really pulling for them.
I think they announced the breakup like late Friday, you know, in the late Friday news dump. And then they took this little paparazzi photo shoot where they hugged each other. Seems like the exes are on good terms, folks. You know, I was there when they first got together. No big deal. Do you know this story, Jack?
I don't know.
Okay. I, not to brag, went to SNL when I was in college because a friend of a friend was a writer. And so I go to the SNL after party and it's in this like, first of all, it's at like 4 a.m., which is like so late because it was the after party. And it was in like a closed down strip club that had just closed. So it was still like sweaty and sticky and like, you know, hot from all the stripping that had just happened in there. And like, it was weird and dark and like all the lights were out and there were like nasty, like warm shots of like whiskey and stuff. It was really like a vibe. It was a gritty vibe. And it was like right on the West Side Highway. It was a weird location. And I see out of the corner of my eye 2 celebrities dancing with each other. Who might they be? Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis. And what year was this? 2012. And the next week, they got announced as a couple. So I saw them together first. I was the first person to ever see them dance together. And that's that's what I want to be known for. I'd like to be known for that. I want that to be the one thing people take away about me. Is that I was there when Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde danced in a sticky little strip club. Okay. You're welcome for giving. I was there. I feel like they got together because I was there. Because of my presence. Because I felt like, you know what? I approve
But you're kind of
this.
a little like Cupid.
Yeah, I'm a little
bit.
Cupid.
Did you prick them with your little arrow?
I pricked them with something. Little arrow. Just a glare. Listen, I'm upset that they broke up. They seemed like a good couple.
I gotta be.
Right?
Can I be honest with you?
Right?
I don't care at all.
Jack, you could say that about literally anything we talk about on this show.
But I especially don't think that they were a good couple and don't care that they broke up.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, Dolly Parton cured COVID. That's something. She donated $1 million to some COVID fund, and it ended up being the fund that contributed to the Moderna vaccine, which is now 95% effective, they say. So you can thank Dolly Parton whenever you get that vaccine.
Thank you, Dolly.
Okay, let's get a thank you, Dolly, going in the chat. We all owe Dolly Parton for giving money to this private pharmaceutical company or whatever.
Thank you, Dolly. Good investment.
Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, Dolly. She tweeted about it. She says, when I donated the money to the COVID fund, I just wanted it to do good, and evidently it is. Let's just hope we can find a cure real soon.
Oh, thank you, Dolly.
Thank you, Dolly. Okay, here's something that, speaking of COVID, kind of like, I'm like, ugh, really? Jodie Comer, the Killing Eve actress, is going to be in this show that it takes place in like a nursing home, like a COVID-19 nursing home. That sounds dreadful. They're making that into a fiction show. Weird show.
I've got COVID, mate.
It's going to take place in a UK care home.
I know.
During
I've got
COVID-19.
COVID.
I'm like, can we not make all these COVID shows? Didn't we used to wait a while before like our shared traumas became like, programming? Why?
I've got some breaking
it's still
news.
going on. Why?
I've got breaking news.
What?
45 minutes ago.
What?
Celebrity related.
What?
Harvey Weinstein is in isolation with 105-degree fever. COVID likely. Harvey might have COVID, everybody.
Wow.
TMZ has learned. Doctors
Some
believe he
good
has
news.
COVID.
Wow. Fucking die. Rotten hell. Good. I mean, if, fuck. Okay.
That's the news.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. You got your finger on the pulse there.
Yeah.
What do you think of this COVID TV show? I say Novid.
Novid
To that. 105 is high. He's cooking.
He's cooking.
He's cooking.
He's an old guy too.
Harvey's cooking in there.
And apparently he doesn't have genitalia, they said in court.
Well, we don't need to talk about genitalia. Okay. Lil Wayne.
Yes.
I guess he's being charged with federal weapons possession.
So I'd like to say this.
What?
About Lil Wayne.
What?
This at least makes me feel more okay about his endorsement of Donald Trump if he did it to try to get out of a federal weapons charge.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, Jack. And this next thing convinces me even more that it's like he didn't really care. He just was doing it for like his own reasons, because 50 Cent said that Lil Wayne might have gotten $1 million for his endorsement of Trump.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you know that?
Yeah, I think he doesn't give a
Like,
shit.
I don't actually think he cares. I think he literally this is from Complex. Okay. 50 Cent was explaining what happened. 50 Cent said that he was initially offered $500,000 to go to Trump's next inauguration. And then the offer was upped to $1 million. So Trump was trying to pay famous black people to endorse him.
Wow.
50 Cent said no. 50 Cent didn't take the money, but he said, yeah, I'm sure easily he got paid about Lil Wayne and Charlemagne. Oh, wait, not Charlemagne. Sorry. Charlemagne was the one interviewing him. So Lil Wayne most likely received up to $1 million allegedly for his Trump endorsement. Is that very illegal or a little illegal? And does it matter?
Well, nothing matters. So there is that.
Right. Yeah. Well, 50 Cent turned the money down. Interesting stuff, though. Okay, should we talk about Lana Del Rey's mesh mask? It's back in the news, everybody. LDR's mesh mask is back in the news. And here's the thing. She admitted that it had a plastic lining. So.
Wow.
It had a plastic lining. So it actually was fine.
Yeah, right.
She said.
Did you see her posting cute to Jake Tapper?
No.
She posted
She's
he,
thirsting
posted,
for Jake Tapper?
He posted a joke and she posted a picture of herself laughing in the replies.
So she's thirsting for Jake Tapper.
That's what it appears.
I don't have a lot of warm feelings about Lana Del Rey. I'll say that. I don't actively dislike her, but I wouldn't say I have like warm feelings about her. The mask, I just truly refuse to believe it had a plastic lining or that the plastic lining was in any way helpful. It just looks like a bad mask. Don't wear that mask. Yeah, even if it did have plastic lining, you're trolling everybody just by wearing it. And you dated that guy from that cop show who seems like he sucks. Okay. Now let's do the segment that we do every damn day on the show here. Are Zach Braff and Florence Pugh still together? Yes, they are, and they're happier than ever. Okay. Favorite couple alert. Ooh, I love them so much. Zach Braff and Florence Pugh. I wish I could be a fly on that wall. And
which wall is that?
When do you think he showed her Garden State? Early in the relationship? Or had she already seen it?
If he was like at all like me, I suspect she hadn't seen it. And I also theorize, and this is just a theory, that maybe Zach is like, please don't watch it.
No. Really?
Just a theory. Just
okay.
fanfic.
I hear it, though. I see it, and I hear it. I do. I really do. That's very interesting. Okay, let's just get into it. We have to talk about Khloe Kardashian's chin implant because it seems to be new. It seems to have she's changed her face yet again, and this is actually getting. Listen, I'm not into plastic surgery shaming. I think people should do whatever they want, but the Kardashians, especially Khloe, has gone. She's now getting into addicted to plastic surgery territory where I think is maybe like she can't stop doing it, and it seems very dark. Whatever's going on with Khloe is very dark. There's some shit going on where she has to keep going in and changing her face, and like I'm worried soon she'll have no face. She'll be like the people in the Haunting of Bly Manor or whatever that show is. You know that how they have no face? The Bly people. She's gonna become a Bly person.
I've heard of Two-Face, but no face.
She's gonna be no face. Okay, Jack, we need to watch this video.
Okay.
Of Khloe. Hold on, let me get it for you.
Okay.
Let me know if you have an issue, and I'll jump in.
This video is of. Do you see it?
Let me try to fix it here really quick. This is the issue with VLC. Sorry, everyone. One sec. Yeah, we'll fix this for next time.
Okay, I'm not editing that out, everybody. Just so you know. You're getting the raw, real technical difficulties live. Okay, this is a video Khloe made after she was accepting her People's Choice Award. And first of all, it's a fucking weird video because Khloe's being weird.
Can I just say briefly, she looks a little bit like a character from the Warren Beatty, Dick Tracy movie from the 80s.
What character?
There are a number of characters with a lot of sort of, like big makeup done.
I want to just say right now, I'm not shaming her for having plastic surgery or for wanting plastic surgery or for having, issues with her looks. Like everyone has those problems.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. What
she looks good like this. She looked good when she looked more like OJ. Both.
I don't think she looks bad even. She just looks completely different. And unfortunately, the doctor she paid to do her chin left like a corn nut in there. And I'm not trying to be mean. It's like literally just true. She has a corn nut stuck in her chin.
Is that true?
I don't know. It looks like someone left a fucking corn nut in the tip of her chin because it's so pointy. I'm sorry. I can't look at that and not see like a corn nut stuck in there. Okay, just watch this clip. First of all, it's a weird video because she's being awkward, but just watch it.
Okay, so I think I don't really know how many people care about my speech, and it's not a speech. Like, it's making me nervous when I say a speech. This is really awkward, but I honestly And truthfully, no bullshit, I cannot believe that, like, you guys did this. You guys picked me to win a People's Choice Award. And
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to the podcast and you want to know what I'm talking about when I say it looks like there's a corn nut stuck in her chin, I'm going to need you to pop over to youtube.com/hotandrich, go to the exact same timestamp you're listening to right now, and just look for yourself, because really words can't describe it. Jack, do you see the corn nut?
It does look like she's got kind of a little Cool Ranch corn nut in her chin there, and there's a little bump that's about the size of maybe a Cool Ranch or, nacho flavored corn nut in her chin.
I think it's a chili picante. I think it's a chili picante corn nut.
I think it might be a jalapeno cheddar. Either way, we're going to have to cut it open and pop that thing in our mouths to find out.
I will say, I really fucking love corn nuts. And if I could get a corn nut implanted on my chin, I probably would say yes.
Yeah. I think I'd prefer to have corn nuts implanted in my belly. And I'd go the through my mouth method.
Oh, okay. You want to eat a corn nut. Huh.
I'm looking to have corn nuts implanted in my belly and maybe an oral insertion.
Anyway, here's a picture of Khloe's old chin, just for comparison, just so you can see how quite different it is. And no shame in changing your face. It's all good. But this is what it looked like pre-corn nut. I'm just saying.
Wow.
And this is just, everybody, even the wealthiest people in the world, mistakes can happen. This actually humanizes Khloe for me.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough.
In that picture, it kind of looks like she's OJ. Original jawline.
I agree. She does look OJ in that one. Original jawline. Okay. Let's talk about Brittany Spears. Okay. She went on a private jet. She's in Hawaii right now. And I'm thrilled for Britney because I think she is allowed to. She's the only celebrity I think is allowed to vacation right now. Everyone else, you should stay at home. But let's let Britney relax because she has had a rough go of it lately. I mean, she petitioned to get her dad taken off as her co-conservator and it got rejected by the judge. And it's just, I feel for her. I really do. Britney, girl, do what you need. Go to Hawaii with Sam. Have a blast. What I want to talk about is a celebration of Britney's art because she is an artist and, she's not performing. As long as her dad is her co-conservator, she said she will not be singing or performing anymore, which I totally respect. I stand in solidarity with all workers on strike. But that doesn't mean her creativity has stopped. Okay. She's taken her creativity to the food plate and beyond. Okay. So she Instagrammed these photos of herself on her private jet trip to Hawaii. Here is the first photo. You can clearly see she's having a fruit plate and a veggie plate. There's what is that, ranch in the middle? And then she has like an empty plate in the middle. And this is the art she made using raw veggies and fruit. Look at this. I mean, stunning, right? Chaotic. Because she's mixing raw broccoli with strawberries and zucchini with blueberries. I mean, just the two have never been so close together. But I'm happy for her because it's art, and this display on the plate is artful. She has arranged it in such a way that is very artistic. And what's even better about it is she's not coloring inside the lines. Okay. She didn't say, oh, I'm going to keep my fruit art, my veggie fruit art on the plate. I'm going to extend it beyond the plate. So the artful display of her food kind of
gets the food, sort of on the dirty table.
It's on the table. It's spread past the plate and onto the private jet table. I love it. I love it.
And the mixed fruit and vegetables is a little odd, to be honest with you.
It's not a good combo. It doesn't look appetizing.
I don't know that I want to have like a cucumber with a blueberry, but that's all gravy.
It's really a bad combo. I don't even know if it was meant to be eaten, frankly. I think the artist wanted it to just be photographed. It's kind of gross. It's like radishes and raspberries right next to each other. Broccoli and blueberries sitting on top of a round zucchini slice. That doesn't sound like a good bite of food. You know what? Maybe that kiwi on top of a pineapple could be a good bite of food, but I typically you don't mix raw broccoli with like a fruit or zucchini, raw zucchini. It's just odd. It's just a little odd. But she doesn't do things like normal. She does them better than normal. And that's what this is all about. Okay. So we talk about Scott Disick and Amelia Gray. Jack, how do you feel about this? Okay. Scott Disick. What? How old is he? In his 40s?
No.
No, he must not be 40 yet. Or is he 40? No, he's young. He's in his 30s. Wait, how old is Scott? 59? No. How old is Scott Disick? 37. Okay, he's late 30s. He's dating Lisa Rinna's 19-year-old daughter, Amelia Gray. Hamlin.
Very cool.
And they were spotted. This was rumored as kind of a blind item-y thing for a little bit, but it got confirmed when they were
doing a bit of canoodling.
I'd call this canoodling.
They were canoodling, yeah.
Do we have a cozy alert?
No.
We don't have a cozy alert.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Well, if I had a cozy alert,
Canoodling alert.
I'd sound it. Yeah, they're super canoodling.
Canoodle alert.
She's got one of those thong bikinis. I love a thong bikini. I really do. I love a butt cheek moment. They look kind of cute together, actually. I mean, listen, do I approve of this couple? Feels a little weird. But hey, I'm not like mad at it. I feel like Amelia should be like dating a Kardashian adjacent person. Like that's like what she's like copied Gigi and Kendall's career and like tries to be like a Real Housewives daughter model. Like this is totally like the right track for her. This is fine. This is like what Amelia Gray is destined to be. I'm happy for her. I think they're both thriving. I mean, I like Scott too. I have a soft spot in my heart for Scott, even though he's a total. I mean, he shoved a $100 bill in a waiter's mouth. You know, was that
Not
a nice?
perfect.
Was that a nice thing to do to a service worker? No.
No.
Was it very funny TV, and one of the best moments of any reality show ever? Yeah, it was pretty iconic. I hope that they compensated that man. I have a feeling they didn't.
You got the $100.
Not enough. He was humiliated on national television. Not great. Not great. Not enough. 19 is so young though, right? 19 is so young. I mean, when I was 19, I was born and I was 19.
When I was 19, wow.
I was young.
Way back 2005.
Was that when you were 19?
Mm-hmm.
I was 19 in 2009.
When I was 19, I was probably just chilling and watching like the movie Robots over and over.
Honestly, when I was 19, I think I dated a guy that was like 10 years older than me. It's what you do when you're 19. So I get it, Amelia. I mean, Scott's more than 10. He's almost 20 years older. Right? Yeah. He's almost 20 years older than her. All right. But, you know, whatever. Let's move on. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. Okay. Everyone's talking about this Cazzie David article. Do we want to talk about it? The Cazzie David discourse of it all? Do we care? I read it. Cazzie David has an article in The Cut. It's promoting her new book that's called Nobody Asked for This. And everyone on Twitter was like making fun of this essay she wrote about how she's too full to fuck and how she like can't eat a full meal of food if she wants to have sex. And she said that there's not enough room in her stomach for ice cream and a penis.
Wait a second. Is she eating food using her... I shouldn't say.
What?
Is she putting food up her? I shouldn't
Vagina.
Say. I shouldn't say.
Are you Joe Bidening me right now?
It's Biden time.
Okay, are you Biden your time?
Biden culture.
All right. You know what? I don't feel like
I
getting
shouldn't
super
say.
into this. I don't. I mean, honestly, like, they are doing a lot of PR for her. They're trying to make Cazzie David a thing for sure. So maybe she'll become a thing. I could see her Lena Dunhaming, like saying shit that people make fun of, but then continuing to like get more and more powerful and famous along the way.
Doesn't it feel like I really truly, and this is no joke.
She's Larry David's daughter, by the way.
We live in Tiny Toons world now. Everybody that's like in culture is like, oh, this is like Lucas Sinatra. Here's Cassie David. Caleb Seinfeld. We live in Tiny Toons world now. All our celebrities are in Tiny Toons world.
Who's Caleb Seinfeld? Did you just make that up?
Yes, I just made up Caleb Seinfeld.
Okay, great. Okay, I actually have a way more fucking interesting thing to talk about. Sorry, Cazzie, no offense. And that's Mary from Salt Lake City. Okay, we've talked about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City already. You all need to be watching it. There's a new episode out tomorrow. I will be watching it live on the East Coast feed. But before we watch episode 2 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which is tomorrow, which you all are going to be watching with me, I assume. DMs and tweets are open for all discussion as we watch. Mary is the woman who married her grandfather, Jack.
And is that her
him.
grandfather there?
That's him.
Okay, he's
Step grandfather.
Yeah, okay, sure.
And
she smells like a hospital?
She accused Jen of smelling like a hospital. I said the wrong name on the episode of this podcast because all the women in Salt Lake City have very generic names and I mixed them up. She accused Jen of smelling like hospital. Okay, there's actually been a development, and this is all alleged. This is based on like some Reddit thread. But there have been allegations that the church that she runs with her grandfather husband is in fact allegedly a cult. And these claims are really wild.
Probably will help the cult out a lot for her to have the TV show.
I mean, if this stuff is true, it's wild. Let's get into it. She says she's the first lady of a Pentecostal church and that she's kind of a preacher or whatever. But like what she didn't say on the first episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is that she tells her congregants that she is God and that she and her grandfather husband are God and that they have to like praise them.
That's cool.
Allegedly. And here, I got this all from this Instagram post on Bravo Superfans. So this is where I'm pulling the screenshots from, but I believe these are pulled from Reddit. Okay, listen. Here's what I think. Here's what I think I've gleaned from these screenshots. Okay, and
are you mocking her faith?
I'm not mocking her faith. I think maybe she.
Some of us
allegedly,
do believe. Some of us believe that she is God.
I think she allegedly really runs a cult, and people are saying, whoever wrote this Reddit thread is saying that all the people in the church like give all their money over to Mary and Bishop. Bishop is the grandfather husband's name. They give them all their money, and that's how she always wears like designer clothes and Versace and stuff. And they have like all this control over them. Like they tell them who they're allowed to date and like that they are God. Okay, let's look at these screenshots. Let's look at this one here. First of all, she was married before she married her grandfather, step-grandfather. She was married to some guy named Dana, and the church excommunicated him when she married the grandfather. And there was like maybe some overlap, and it was like really shady. And then the way that the grandfather convinced everyone into approving of his marriage to Mary is really weird. I'm just going to read this verbatim from the thing here, okay? Quote, He told all of the family that he needed them to pray on something that God was telling him, and he wanted them all to pray to God and ask him for an answer, yes or no, without telling them what it was. End quote. Okay, so basically he doesn't say what he wants them to pray on, but he goes to the family and he says, everybody pray to God, give me a yes or no answer. Okay, let me continue reading here. All of them except for Mary Martha's mom, Rosie. She said no. Then, with the approval of most of his late wife's children, he told them all that God was telling him and Mary Martha to get married. Hence, that is how Mary Martha married her step-granddaddy 1 year after her grandma died and became the first lady and co-pastor of Faith Temple Pentecostal churches. End quote. Okay.
Pretty normal stuff.
Now, this section is about how Mary and Bishop allegedly convinced the people in the congregation that they are God. Okay. Quote, what Bravo will almost surely forget to mention as well is that Mary Martha and the bishop actively brainwashed their congregation into believing that they are God on earth, that God came down and has taken over their bodies, and that they are literally the saviors of the earth alongside Jesus. They call it the revelation. Wow. Before Mama died, it only pertained to her, but after she died, Mary and Bishop have taught that it is on them now. They have the church members running around yelling back and forth at to each other, Mary is God, and rolling around speaking in tongues, going
oh boy
crazy over that nut.
Yeah, somebody needs to get video of these.
I would die for a video of these. Okay, let's look at more of like the weird controlling behavior that they have over the people in their church. Okay. Mary, it says here, quote, Mary and Bishop demand that all of the church cult members have their cell phones on them 24/7 to be at their beck and call. And if they do not answer when they call, they are silenced and ridiculed and humiliated in church. Members are not allowed to date or marry without the explicit approval of Mary and the bishop. Then they decide who they can date or marry. They are forbidden from talking to their family members that have left the church. They are not allowed to have internet access, go to the movies, etc. Basically, any and all activities they do besides work have to do with the church. Also, all members are required to confess any sins that they believe they committed to Mary and Bishop and suffer consequences of their judgment. They control every aspect of their flock's lives, mind control to the extreme.
Wow.
End quote. Hoo-wee. And okay, this next one's about how apparently the people in the church paid for Mary to get like all this plastic surgery. I don't know if you remember, but in the original episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, she said that she died twice on the operating table when she was trying to get her odor glands removed. So apparently she's gotten allegedly a lot of plastic surgery. Okay, it says here, quote, let me also say this. Mary looks nothing like she did just a few short years ago. Her and Bishop disappeared from the church for almost 3 years. All the time while they were gone, Bishop was calling into the church during church meetings, saying she was in New York in the hospital on her deathbed with the same kind of huge boils that afflicted her grandmother, and that they needed hundreds of thousands of dollars to perform the life-saving surgeries she had so she wouldn't die. Finally, after those 3 years of further draining their congregation of their money, Mary showed up at the church with half the nose she had before, twice the cheeks, brand new eyelids, half the skin, a completely different rack of teeth, looking 100 shades lighter, and had blonde hair. End quote. So this person's accusing Mary of spending all the congregants' money on like elaborate plastic surgery over the course of 3 years.
Wow.
It's wild. This is wild. Like, this is a person that's a real housewife. Like, this is crazy if this is true. Anyway, yeah.
What if the whole thing is actually true, that like they are God?
Jack, they're not. Jack, they're not God.
Kind of crazy though that all these people think it.
Are you going to join this religion?
Kind of crazy though.
Are you going to join the cult?
Kind of crazy, that's all.
Are you going to join it, Jack?
No.
Okay. Fine. Don't. Okay, well, that's it for today's show. What a fun episode it was. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to support the show, you can always send me a tip right here on Venmo. That's Cait-Raft on Venmo, Caitraft. Thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you to Hog Trucker and Kate Shapiro for the theme song. Thank you to Jack for producing. Thanks to my mom for watching. And go ahead and please someone leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Please, I beg of you, please. I might start a cult and just make everyone in the cult leave me reviews on Apple Podcasts. Because the algorithm needs you, okay? The algorithm is not where it needs to be. We need to pick up our little fingers and type a little reviews on Apple Podcasts so the algorithm is back where it needs to be, baby.
Yeah.
There's
The
also a
algorithm's
YouTube
very
channel.
upset.
There's also a YouTube channel. You can follow the show at Hot and Rich Show. You can follow me at Kate Raft. You can follow Jack if you want,
I wouldn't recommend it.
but we don't recommend it. I will see you guys on Friday. And until next time, stay hot and stay rich.
I'm so fucking rich and hot. I'm so fucking